They hid her gear until she fought barehanded and won. The sun burned over the training ground, and sweat clung to her brow, but that wasn't what made her heart pound. No, it was the laughter. A circle of recruits had gathered, grinning, whispering, pointing toward the empty space where her combat gear should have been. Someone had hidden it. Someone wanted her to fail. She stood there in silence, fists tightening, knowing the drill was about to begin. And without her equipment, she was walking into humiliation, or worse. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. She could have run to her commander. She could have begged for a delay. But the thought of their smirks burned hotter than the sun. In her chest, a quiet voice rose. You don't need their permission to prove you belong. She looked at the other recruits, men twice her size, strapped into padded armor, gripping their weapons with confidence. Her hands were bare. Her body was unshielded. And yet, she stepped forward. The drill master's whistle cut through the air, sharp as a blade. Dust rose with the soldier's charge. She felt the ground tremble as boots thundered toward her. For one heartbeat, fear froze her. Then instinct broke free. She ducked under the first swing, her bare hands gripping the arm of her attacker, twisting, using his momentum to slam him against the dirt. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The second came at her hard shield raised, but she pivoted, letting his own strength carry him past her. Her palm struck his chest, not with brute force, but with precision. He fell, stunned, eyes wide. The laughter had vanished. Now there was only silence, the kind that vibrates like a drum inside the chest. But inside her mind, a storm raged. What if they hate me more for this? What if I'm proving them right, that I don't play by their rules? Her doubt flickered, but so did something brighter. Defiance. She moved like water, weaving between armored bodies, her breath ragged but steady, each strike calculated, each dodge a heartbeat away from disaster. She thought she'd collapse after the third. She thought she'd never hold her own again. She was wrong. The fourth recruit hesitated. She saw it in his eyes, the hesitation that comes when strength meets something stronger, something unseen. She pressed forward, unrelenting, her bare hands striking like iron. Dust rose in a halo around her. And the crowd began to murmur, not mocking this time, but awe, rising like a tide. Then came the final opponent, the one who had hidden her gear. She knew it by the smirk curling on his lips. Even now, he swung with cruelty, with intent to break her spirit. The blow grazed her shoulder, sending pain searing through her arm. For a moment she staggered. The circle leaned in, breaths held. Was this the end? No. She straightened, her eyes locked onto his calm and unshaken. With one sudden fluid motion, she slipped past his strike, hooked his arm, and pulled him down with a force born not from anger, but from clarity. He hit the ground hard. Silence. Then a single clap, another, until the whole circle erupted, not with ridicule, but with something she had never heard before. Respect. She stood chest heaving, dust clinging to her sweat-soaked skin. Her hands trembled, not from fear anymore, but from release. Around her, the very recruits who had doubted her now looked at her with something new in their eyes. Recognition. And in that stillness, she understood something powerful. Strength wasn't the armor, or the weapon, or even the approval of others. Strength was the refusal to surrender, when surrender was expected. Because courage isn't given, it's chosen. In the moment when the world thinks you'll break. And kindness, it doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. She had walked into the arena, stripped of her gear, but she walked out clothed in something far greater, the quiet dignity of victory, earned by her own hands. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And if you believe in stories of courage, resilience, and the human spirit, make sure to subscribe. There are more stories waiting for you, and I'd be honored to share them.